Hey everyone, I am incredibly exhausted after my last video. I probably will not be releasing another one for at least 3 days, if not, maybe for the next week. I'm going to have a very, very long week ahead of me, and I'm probably going to end up only working 2 other days a week. I have a full-time job working 3 12-hour days, Friday through Sunday, so you won't be getting videos from me then. Likely. There's always a chance, but likely. And then I picked up another part-time job today because I could use the extra money. And please don't give me any comments on what you think. Be careful, Eric. Don't burn out, please. I don't want to hear it. I've heard it from everyone else in my life, and it's just exhausting. I don't want to hear what you have to think about my choices and my life. It's my life. I want to keep it that way. Mine. Not yours. Mine. Don't try to tell me how you think I should live my life. I'm going to do whatever I want, regardless of what you say. So please just spare me the heartache and the headache of having to spend my energy listening to you. Tell me what you think I should do. So I'm here to make this video about how INFJs see people. And this is a pretty interesting topic. I was just looking at Facebook and my friend Gabriel, I talk about him in almost all of my videos. Why isn't I like doing that? Put this down. Talking about him in almost all of my videos. And he got married. He got engaged and is getting married. And I was looking at his Facebook profile pictures. And his Facebook pictures from the time whenever he first met Laura to where he is now in the engagement photos. And I must say that there is one thing that has remained consistent. I don't see him as a person inside of the pictures. I see him as, how do I want to word this? I see him as a projection of my feelings about him. And I think this is, I was really struggling to figure out how I wanted to say this, but I'm pretty sure I've captured the essence in its best form. INFJs see people as projections of our emotions as the way regarding the way we feel about them. For example, if you're an INFJ's best friend, it doesn't matter if you have pimples all over your face or if you end up losing a leg. Alright, the way we feel about you is directly parallel to how we see you as a person. So, the term, or the phrase, a faithful person's faithfulness shows by their character is incredibly true for an INFJ. For us, no matter what physically happens to you, if we feel like you're our best friend, unless your character changes, our views of you won't change. That's the biggest thing to remember about an INFJ is, for us, we are incredibly, how do I want to put this? I really don't want to mess this one up. An INFJ's final goal in trying to befriend someone is not to get their friendship. It is to obtain a level of connection with them, a level of relationship with them that transcends anything that can be seen, heard, or observed on Earth. That was really difficult to word. The final goal of an INFJ in relationships is to establish a connection that transcends anything that can be observed, heard, or seen on Earth. With the naked eye, under a microscope, it doesn't matter. It's unseen. It is felt. The final goal for an INFJ in a relationship, whether that's marriage, whether that's a boyfriend, why is it doing that? Whether that's marriage, whether it's a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, whether it's a friendship. The reason why INFJs don't pursue friendships with a lot of people is because they are constantly weighing, is it worth investing my life, my time, my energy into this relationship, and is it going to bring the fruit that I desire? If it's not, then it's an end, it's a means to its own end, and it's not worth pursuing. There's going to be a dead end, and eventually I'm not going to see it worth it. It's not moving forward, or it's not progressing to the level I crave and need it to be. And this is not a want, this is a need. We need this depth in relationship. And you can say, well, I don't think that they do. I don't care what you think. This is fact. One, if you're not an INFJ, stop critiquing everything that I say or everything that other INFJs say just because they don't agree with you. I just read this post on Facebook, and it is incredibly, incredibly truthful. Just because I don't agree with you does not mean I don't love you. Our society needs to relearn the difference. If you're not an INFJ, you say, oh, I've studied the Myers-Briggs personality types for years, and I think I know more about you, more than what you're saying, Eric, and quite frankly, I'm a master. I don't care what you think. If you don't know it as fact, then you're just running your mouth on what you think is true. Well, I think that the earth is flat. Well, you're wrong. I don't care what you think. There are still people that think that to this day. Well, I'm an expert on it because I've spent years studying geography, and quite frankly, I know science and atoms, and I could explain physics to you better than you could explain it to me. I don't care. You're still wrong. You can tell me as much as you want to. I think Eric's wrong. That does not make you right. And you know what? Even if I am wrong, you might be wrong too. Only one thing is true, and that's fact. Even science continually tests the theory, and they continually test and experiment their ideas and say, we want to make sure 100%, and until it's factually proven beyond a doubt, then it's not fact. It's only theory. What I'm really trying to say is there's always more to be learned, and you might think that you're right, but the truth is you might be wrong, and you're the only one blinded to it. Man, that felt good. Oh man, that felt good. I love that. I feel like singing a song. I might play my guitar. I think I'll go play my guitar. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm gonna go play my guitar for a bit. Drop a comment below if you want me to do a specific guitar cover or sing a specific cover. Yes, I can actually sing. I've taken vocal lessons and I'm a good singer. Yeah, let me know. Drop a comment, and you don't have to like the video, but definitely drop a comment, and please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss it. I hate to make a video and then the person who requested it never see it. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and drop a comment if you want me to make a specific music cover, acoustic or electric, or if you want me to do a vocal cover or a voiceover, let me know. So yeah, getting back on track. For those of you who stayed this long, you are the ones who really want the knowledge. You're the ones who really, really want to learn about INFJs, and you're the ones that I personally commend, and you're the reason I make these videos. So the end result of an INFJ is to establish and develop a connection that we crave and that we need to feel satisfied and to feel fulfilled. And I did a little bit of research that INFJs potentially create more oxytocin in their bodies. And if you don't know what oxytocin is, it is the bonding chemical, commonly termed the cuddle hormone, or the cuddle chemical. Women, your estrogen that you produce synergizes with your oxytocin. It's why you naturally bond better with children. It's why you tend to have more feminine qualities regarding bonding with people, and you're more concerned with the emotional affairs and the motives of his heart, and why did he do that? You know, if your husband said, well, you're like, oh, I saw you did the dishes, why'd you do the dishes? I just got tired of looking at them. You go and tell all your girls, that was so sad, I wanted him to say he did it because he loved me. No, we just got tired of seeing them. For a man, it's a lot. We produce another chemical in our body. I can't remember what it's called. My computer's dead. I'm gonna have to charge it. I'm gonna make a video about this, and I'm gonna make a video about this very topic and give you more details. But men have a variation chemical in their body that dampens our emotions, causes us to feel my mind just went blank. What the heck? This feels so strange. Causes us to feel territorial. I know it's not testosterone, it's something different, but it dampens our emotions and causes us to think rationally. Men aren't as concerned with the motives of the heart and emotionally connecting, but INFJ males actually are. And I've done some research, and it turns out that there's a high chance we produce more oxytocin in our bodies, meaning that we want to bond with people. We actually want to bond, rather than let's just hang out with my friends. No, we're actually concerned with the emotional depth in a relationship, which is pretty rare for men. Like, yeah, we're concerned about it, but it's not our primary focus. It's not what we're thinking about all the time. But for a male INFJs, it is. So it's an actual fact that we crave this connection with people. But for an INFJ, we understand people psychologically, but that leaves no depth to the emotional value of understanding someone in a relationship. And as a result of this disconnect between our head and our heart, we crave what we're missing. We understand it, we know it, but we don't feel it. So we crave this feeling of emotionally connecting with someone to the depth that we understand their psyche, their person, their soul, who they are, their very person. For example, whenever lately I started talking to Rachel and I had the incredible opportunity to talk to her outside of comments on YouTube. My heart sets aflutter every time I think about that, because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I actually get to be Rachel's friend. To me, that's an awesome privilege. I actually just get to minister to her and give her my time, and that's incredible for me. I love it. And I got her number, and earlier she sent me a message. By the way, Rachel, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm glad you were thinking about me. I was going to send you a message, but I was worried you might be feeling drained after interviewing me, so thank you for thinking about me. I responded immediately as soon as I got the text. But, you know, for an INFJ, it's about, although I understand someone, I crave the depth that comes with knowing them. And I know them, but I feel so empty inside, and it's like I crave the connection that I already know in my head to be true. So yeah, I saw Gabriel, and in the pictures, as I've gotten to know him more, I no longer see him as a person. I see him as a projection of my emotion, of the way I feel about him. So an INFJ doesn't pursue every relationship that comes their way, because quite frankly, if we don't feel like there's going to be a connection, if we examine you and run you over in RNI and we're like, no, it's not going to work, I'm not wasting my time, then we're not going to waste our time pursuing a friendship with you, because it's not important to us. It doesn't give us any value. It doesn't give us any emotional value. It doesn't give us any mental value. It doesn't give us any satisfaction. It doesn't give us any reward, and it doesn't give us any return on our investment. To put it in simpler terms, to kind of compile all of that together. Why would I give you my... It's one thing if I'm helping you. It's one thing if our relationship is more therapeutical, but after the therapy's done, if an INFJ knows they're not going to get anything, then they're usually not even going to bother talking to you. You might comment on their Facebook page, or you might send them a message, and we'll never respond to it for 25 years, because we don't see any purpose whatsoever in pursuing a relationship with you. So I was looking at Gabriel, and I saw Laura as an individual person. And as I'm looking at the picture on Facebook, I'm summing her up, and I'm looking at the look in her eyes and her facial expression, and all these cues captured on camera. All these subtle body languages that... and then I heard her voice one time, and I'm like, no, her voice was different than this. She's genuinely happy with Gabriel. But then I looked at Gabriel, and all I felt was this overwhelming love, and I just thought, I love Gabriel. I love him, I love him, I love him. I mean, I can't even call him my best friend. That doesn't express how I feel. It's just love, love, love. All I feel is love. And when I looked at him, I no longer saw a human being. I saw and felt, and I just couldn't even physically picture him as anything other than love. Just love, love, love. That's all I thought about him. That's all I felt. That's all I saw is love, love, love. So that's going to kind of sum the video together. I think I stated this pretty well and covered a lot of topics. INFJs see people as a projection of the way they feel about them. And that means that when we first see somebody, we're already making our judgments based on their body language and based on what our NI is telling us. And for an INFJ, this means that your first impression does not matter the most to us. For an INFJ, first impressions do not mean the most. However, if after 2 conversations with you, face-to-face or over the phone, or even listening to you or reading over your posts and watching how you respond to comments, if after 2 conversations we've concluded we've learned everything we need to know about you and already have determined that the relationship isn't going to work, then that is your final impression. unless time passes and 5 months later, 6 months later, you say something big has happened in my life, we're willing to say, okay, time for a new evaluation. I won't forget what I've learned, but I will re-evaluate you based on what you just said, and I will compare it with the old you. And if the old you looks exactly like the new you, then you have even less chance of getting another chance in the future, 5 years later. I've changed. Why would I waste my energy? I'm not going to bother summing you up a third time. I spent enough of my energy and wasted 35 minutes of my life that I'm never getting back on you. I'm not giving you another chance. I'm not bothering with you. And I'll tell you what, if I hear from other people that you've changed, I'll consider giving you another evaluation. But until then, the way I feel about you is simply this: you're not worth my life. You're not worth my energy, and you're not worth my time. Your character made that clear.